be seen from the publishing of Plato's Republic. Plato has set out to define justice and finally answer the question, why does man behave justly? So, why do we do good? Are we afraid of punishment? Are we afraid of disappointing a God? Do the strong scare the weak with the law, or simply because it is good to do so? These questions, as well as why Plato believes justice is worthwhile in and of itself, are just a few of the things he speaks of in his book. Even these, though, are not presented in the typical way. His entire book is a dialogue between philosophical thinkers. He also speaks on how he believes that within ourselves, our souls are divided into three main parts: the rational part, the spiritual part, and the lustful part. The rational part having control over our desires. One other thing he speaks about are what he believes would be the three main classes of an ideal society. Those are the producers, such as farmers, auxiliaries, such as soldiers, and rulers, who he believes to be philosophical in their ruling. Is this the greatest philosophical read of all time? Buy the book and decide for yourself.
Hi, I'm Eric Paquette, reporting to you live here at the Lyceum. The man who founded the Lyceum is Aristotle. He named the Lyceum after the Greek god Apollo Lyceus. He plans to teach in the mornings, and in the afternoon plans to teach to the public, lecture them. Aristotle is a famous student of Plato at his school called the Republic. Aristotle is a very suspicious man of democracy. He thinks it's good in theory, but he doesn't like the decisions that people make sometimes. He thinks they're wrong. They study everything in the Lyceum. They study history, biology, math, logic. They study all sorts of things. They also have a wrestling arena in case anyone wants to wrestle. And so far it looks like it's going to be a pretty good school. That's all.
Hello, we were talking about the death of Socrates. His death was caused by people condemning him to a room and making him drink hemlock. It's a poison that he put in drink, and he had a choice to choose to lead his philosophy, vacation or death, and he chose death. He'll be right back.
Hi, my name is Aiden O'Hara. We're here on the Greek News Report. I'm right here where Euclid is about to publish. He's in the library getting ready to sign books. There's a lot of people in line at the famous library called the Library of Alexandria to get one of the books signed from himself in person. I'm even excited about the book too. It is based on the history of geometry. Let me see. Euclid is known for being a mathematician. He's considered for being one of the smartest people in the world as of right now. He published this book with a team of other mathematicians, which he is the leader of in Alexandria. Euclid is very creative. As you see, the covers made of pics of flowers and people. And the book, The Elements, will be very popular. It is his most popular as of right now. It costs $5. As you can see, I have one person right here with me getting ready to get their book signed. So how do you feel about the book?
I'm really excited because I've been waiting a long time for it to come out.
Do you think it will be good, or do you think the book will be like a big hit or not?
Yeah, because it's taken a while to come out, so they've got everyone excited.
And that's all for this evening.
Hello, this is Miles reporting right outside the building where Salem was elected Archon just an hour ago, and he is one of the first Archons to be elected by the citizens, and it was because he is known for having the wisdom to sort out differences with equity and peace. Anyways, we talked to Salem about half an hour ago, and he said when he arrives to office, he will immediately do 3 reforms: the constitutional reform, economic reform, and moral reform. In constitutional reform, Salem says that he will give citizens a chance to run for officials. This will probably lead to our first ever democracy. In economic reform, he will widely spread trade and encourage business competitiveness. I'm sure this will bring a positive growth to our economy. And finally, in moral reform, Salin will ban slavery and prohibit greedy ways to gain personal money such as high dowry rates. However, Salin continues, once he finishes these 3 reforms, he will resign from office and return home to continue the poetry that he loves. How does this affect our Constitution and government? I'm not sure. And this is Miles reporting outside the building. We will have more about Salin later. Thank you very much.
Hi, I'm Kinsey Brenner reporting from the funeral oration at Pericles. We're here today where Pericles has written a speech regarding the history of the Peloponnesian War. This speech is an attempt to inform us of the general message of the importance of praising the dead after their death and during their afterlife. This speech is also including the facts and benefits of democracy, which includes the fact that democracy enables men to equal rights, justice, and freedom. This speech, Pericles is doing an amazing job during his speech as we are here now, because by showing us how much he cherishes this land and the civilization and how important it is to him to have democracy, as he is known to be one of the greatest supporters of democracy of all time. Here he is showing us his honor and respect for the soldiers dead in the Peloponnesian War, as we are here where thousands have been buried and the great memorials built. Thank you.
Hello, breaking news here in Athens. I'm at the Acropolis, and as many of you know, it is now the Festival of Dionysus. Here, the chorus has just finished and is in the process of wrapping up. But something quite odd has happened here this year. For the first time, a member of the chorus has stepped out of the orchestra and began acting as though he was Dionysus himself. Eyewitnesses report that the chorus continued to interact with him as though he was Dionysus. Many believe that he was either overcome by the experience or had a bit too much to drink. Hold on. I'm getting... Shut up, you. I'm getting a message from Dionysus. Yes, sir. Yes. The actor's name was apparently Thespis, and he is a priest of Dionysus. Apparently he is at the bottom of the Acropolis, and I will go to catch up with him soon. You can go to our column at the Temple of Athena and carve your opinions. We've already had some carved. Spartacus 123 says, I love Thespis and how he continued to act as though he was Dionysus. Bobicus, apparently, says, I hate Thespis. There used to be a time when we would kill people for prancing around and acting as gods. Isn't that what we did to Socrates? As you can see, there are various opinions on this breaking event. I will stay tuned as I interview Thespis in 5 minutes.
So I'm Ian here today with your breaking news. Today I'm here at the scene of King Philip's assassination. He was the almighty king of Macedonia. He had a pretty long reign. He ruled for 23 years, and he was the youngest ruler of Macedonia. After he was assassinated, his young son Alexander became king afterwards, right after. So they had a short little ceremony because they didn't really care about him, and then just gave the throne to his son. Earlier today, the way he died was he was stabbed in the back by someone who has yet to be identified. When he was younger, he he was sort of abducted hostage, but that actually made him stronger because as he was kept hostage, he learned about like military backgrounds and stuff, and so I guess that's why he was why he conquered so many lands. And I can guess the person who killed him or murdered him was one of those people that got conquered. So I guess he wanted to pay back. That's all. Peace.
The ancient Greek military fought the Spartan Hellenic League. Their economy cost fell into poverty. The Spartans' overseas trade was hurt really bad. The Spartan leaders feared Athens would try to control the Peloponnesian League. That's it.
Darius' son and successor, Xerxes, determined to punish Athens, invaded Greece in 480. At first success, the huge Achaemenid army, estimated at more than 100,000 troops, was delayed at Thermopylae by Leonidas and his Spartan forces. Finding a path to the rear of the Greeks, the Achaemenid army annihilated them and marched to Athens. Those citizens had fled to nearby islands. Although Athens was burned, the Greeks decisively defeated the Persians' fleet at Salamis. Xerxes returned to Persia, leaving an army to subdue Greece the following year. However, this army was defeated to Platae, ending the danger of Persian